Yes, guys, big up everyone. How we all doing? Welcome in, welcome in. First of all, let me know if you can hear and see me okay, because I've had to change around my office and all that. So I had to unplug my microphone. So that's why I had to play the intro twice. So just let me know if you can hear me and see me. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio and camera is good. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio and camera is okay, man. Let me know. Let me know, peeps. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share, all that beautiful stuff. Appreciate it. All good, yeah. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, awesome, awesome. Big up, everyone. Hope we're all doing good on this absolutely blistering hot Tuesday, where even I'm drinking bloody water right now. You know what I'm saying? It's that hot. Got to hydrate, man. Got to hydrate. Slightly quiet. The audio's slightly quiet, is it? Hang on. The audio's slightly quiet. Hang on, let me see if I can. How about now? Is that better? Is that better? Yeah, all good. Volume better? Volume better? I had to unplug all my shit and all that. So we got Jade in the chat. How long has that been? Bloody hell! Big up, Jade. Hope you're doing okay. Struggling mentally. Much love to Jade in the chat, guys. Much love to Jade in the chat, guys. I've known Jade for a long time. It has been a long time. Yeah. Much love to Jade in the chat. Hope you're doing much better now. Audio's good, yeah? Audio's banging. We're good, yeah? We're good. Yeah, big up, Jade. Hope you're feeling much better now. No, it's not a bottle of vodka. Is that what you people think of me? Just a vodka layout? Is that what it is? No, I'm actually drinking water, man. I'm actually drinking water. I've grown up a little bit now. I'm drinking water. Yeah, big up to Jade in the chat, guys. Send a love to Jade. Hopefully she's doing better now as well. But yeah, guys, we've got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we've got all this news surrounding Isak that we're going to have to chat about. Van Nike in the chat as well. Malcolm, Luis Garcia, Trigger in the chat. Ali A in the chat. Alaz in the chat. Anonymous one in the chat. Faris in the chat. Ryan. Big out to everyone here. Thank you for being here. As you see, your names are on the screen. You know, we're keeping the same layout. Again, it's fuck StreamYard. We know what we're doing around here. We're no longer the StreamYard gang. We're no longer the StreamYard gang. But yeah, I thought I'd do a show this afternoon, or / evening now, should I say. It is the evening time, although it's still about 80 Fahrenheit outside and absolutely sweltering. But yeah, I thought we'd do a show. We've got things to chat about. Big up Sean Casey in the chat as well, my man Sean. How you doing, well, man? Big up James as well. Paul in the house. Hope you're all doing good. Guys. 156 people already in. Make sure you're hitting the like button straight away. We've only been live 8 minutes. Make sure you're getting the likes up to 100. If we can, straight away. Mods in the chat, you know what to do. Push the likes. Make sure the mods, make sure you're pushing the likes. Let's get them likes up, man. Let's get them likes up. Yeah, we want to get towards 100 as quick as we can. I do apologise about the adverts. I know there's a lot of adverts now on YouTube. It's not. I can't control the adverts. It's YouTube's new thing. For some reason, YouTube are pushing out even more advertisement as part of their programming. There's not much we can do about it. The only thing I can do about it is completely turn it off. But then I don't get monetized or paid. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit of a catch-22 situation at the moment. I do apologise for the adverts, but your boy's got to get paid as well. Do you know what I mean? Last gulp of water there. That's already warm. Junkyard trigger, exactly. That is what StreamYard should be called from now on. Junkyard, man. Junkyard. Thanks, Sean. Oh, tell the broskies get YouTube Premium, man. Yeah, YouTube Premium's there. That's the thing. I don't always see adverts because I have YouTube Premium. Jamie, question is Robbie Keane pound for pound a worse signing than Darwin Nunez? Ooh. Obviously, Robbie Keane's a better player than Darwin Nunez. But you'd have to go probably is a worse signing just for the fact that Rafa Benitez never rated him. It was a weird one, Robbie Keane, weren't it? I was well happy when we bought Robbie Keane. And then Rafa Benitez just either didn't play him or always brought him off after about 60 minutes. You know, he never really played a full game. So I always remember Robbie Keane for that goal against Arsenal. Does everyone remember that goal against Arsenal where he hit it half volley, just in off the crossbar? When we wore, I think we wore the grey away kit, but red shorts. It was really weird. It was really weird, man. Big N90 says, what are you using now to stream? I want to jump on that wave. I'm using Restream, man. Restream. Yeah, I'm using Restream. Restream is you can do far more on Restream than you can do on StreamYard for overlays and stuff like that. Also, you can connect to OBS a lot easier to Restream as well, which I know a lot of people like about because a lot of people use the OBS system. So you can use it easier on here than you can on StreamYard as well. And plus, it's 50% cheaper. First time you see me drink water. Do you know what it is? I don't mind water, yeah, but I don't like tap water. Tap water is disgusting. Do you know what I mean? If I'm going to drink water, I've got to drink water out of a bottle. I can't drink tap water, man. Tap water's not good, man. There's something wrong with tap water, man. The only good thing about using tap water is for to shower and bathe. Don't drink it, man. Unless you're boiling it in a kettle. Oh. Yeah, I think we should get Isak. You know what I mean? I think I think we should. Isak should be the one. When's Isak? My mouse and double clicking. Do apologise. When is that coming? Well, we're going to talk about this. Big up Trudon as well, who isn't using Premium in 2025. Big up Trudon. That's the thing, man. I've been using YouTube Premium for years, man. I remember I watched Cobra Kai season 1 when it was on YouTube Premium before it went to Netflix. Everyone forgets Cobra Kai started as a YouTube TV show, only on Premium, and then went to Netflix after that. Best thing, man. Best thing. Right, where we are in the comments here? Where are we in the comments? Where are we? Be out John Kelly in the chat, my man. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Exciting times incoming. Certainly is, John. Certainly is. Big up Brandon in the chat. Big up my man, Mr. John Conway, as always. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Big up John Conway, always. Honesty says it is predicted that Liverpool's pre-tax profit this season could hit the 40 to 50 million mark, and even if the wage bill reaches 400 million, Liverpool could still clear a 30 million pound profit. Is that with all the transfer business on top of that, Honesty? Because if that's with all the transfer business on top of that, wow. That is That's mad. Any big stream soon with the Coppish lads? Yeah. Thursday night, 10:30 on Big Up. Me and the Coppish boys will be doing vibes with Coppish on Big Up at 10:30 p.m. on Thursday, guys. So if you want to watch, that's the only place you can watch vibes with Coppish is on um, Big Up. So obviously, if I take my overlay away for 1 second, there you can see. Subscribe to Big Up. Big up my man K-Mac in the house as well. Big up my man Sean with the super. Much love, man. Let's start with Isak. And let's still start with Isak. Big up my man Sean with the super. It's always love, man. Thank you. So, Alexander Isak. So, the rumours are circulating. And there's a lot of rumours at the moment about Alexander Isak and Liverpool. Lewis Steele, I believe, might have started this yesterday. Pretty much saying that in his opinion, Liverpool are going to still buy a striker this summer. The striking market is a very small market right now because, it's not the strongest market in the world at the moment for elite level strikers, and that's what Liverpool are in the hunt for. But according to people like Alex Crook from TalkSport, gets a lot of things right. Paul Joyce as well, David Oinstein, Fabrizio Romano, and Lewis Steele. They're just a few names we can talk upon. They all believe that Isak is Liverpool's first choice striker for this summer. Now, obviously, Isak's going to come with a massive financial price. We know this. We're not going to go turn up to Newcastle and get Isak for 50 million, are we? You know what I mean? That's just not going to happen. But for 130 million, you can probably get Alexander Isak. The problem for Liverpool right now is, are they going to spend that big on another player after buying Florian Wirtz this summer? Obviously, we've got Kirkez just coming into the club, which, if no one knew that, you only got to listen to Kirkez's latest interview I did. I think he did it on Serbian TV, is it, with his dad? Yeah, so he's pretty much on his way. He's pretty much confirmed that. We know Wirtz has got a medical on Friday, probably be confirmed by Saturday that he's a Liverpool player. That's going to be close to £200 million spent for Liverpool Football Club, also with Frimpong through the door as well. Liverpool will need to obviously sell footballers. We know this. Darwin Nunez is not wanted by the football club no more. There is rumours that he's said yes to Napoli. Napoli want him, but it's the amount of money that Napoli can afford to buy him. Liverpool are looking for a certain amount of money. So it's very... There's a lot of dominoes that have to fall for this transfer to happen. And I think we can buy him. I'm going to put my head out there, yeah? I'm going to put my head out there. I think there's something mad happening this summer with Liverpool Football Club. I don't know if you guys agree. I think there's something mad happening with Liverpool Football Club this summer where the money's there. The money is there because we didn't spend in the last, we spent on that summer of buying the four midfielders. Then we sold a lot of players, made a profit. Big up Solo in the chat as well. Much love to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We didn't spend last year. We got Champions League football again last year. Got money from that. This season just gone. We won the Premier League. We got Champions League money, TV money, Premier League money. We've got a lot of cash to burn. Our revenue is going to be sky high for the last 2 years. We're going to have very, very big revenue, as honestly has just showed us here. So there's money there, man. There is money there. And I feel like this is a summer that Liverpool are just going, you know what, we're going to spend big. We're going to go all out this summer because we want to stay where we are. Arne Slot wants Liverpool to go back to back. I can tell you that right now. He wants Liverpool to retain his Premier League title. He don't want standards slipping. And for standards to slip, you know, you can tell. Like, I can't remember the last time we attacked a transfer market like this. I think the last time, you remember that one really big summer Liverpool Football Club had when, was it when Fabinho came in, Alisson came in, Shaqiri came in, who else came in that summer? Naby Keita came in. You know, Liverpool had that really big transfer summer, and it put us in a position where we could attack everything, league titles, Champions Leagues, and keep going in the league, competing with Manchester City for everything. And it gave us a base where we could attack everything. And then obviously things slowed down a little bit. Things slowed down, obviously, and Liverpool didn't spend any much after that. And that's what annoyed us, and that's why we're going to have to go big again. But I just feel like it's something happening. I think they're looking at it and going, you know what? And this is not a dig to Jurgen Klopp at all. I know people can take things, you know, a bit wrong when we talk about Jurgen and stuff like that. I think Slot might be a little bit more ruthless than what Jurgen was, in that sense that if he don't feel you, you're just not part of his equation, and he wants to play football a little bit differently. Yeah, I'll big up Solo. Yeah, Solo, it's the best way of doing it, man. He wants to play football in a different kind of way, so he needs different kind of skill set of players to play that way. Yeah, you know, Darwin didn't get any football time; he's gone. You know, that was gone. You know, you can tell where Klopp might be a better manager than Arne Slot and all that, but I think Slot's just a little bit more ruthless on that part of things. And we're attacking this transfer market where, no, Florian Wirtz, you know, I can see a Liverpool buy-in. Do you know what, actually? If Trent left Liverpool a couple of years ago, if Trent left Liverpool a couple of years ago, I don't think Liverpool buy a backup right back. Big up, Brush. Been a while, man. Hope you're doing well. If Trent left Liverpool a couple of years ago, do we actually go and buy a right back, or do we just leave Conor Bradley as number one choice and not buy anyone else, or buy like a young guy that can play number two? That's why I feel maybe it's a little bit different. Mate, that's why I feel like it might be a little bit different, where we've gone, you know what? We got Conor Bradley, who's a superstar. Conor Bradley is a superb talent that we absolutely love. But we need someone else. And Liverpool went and got Frimpong. Now, Frimpong is a signing that Liverpool could do any time. It's not a signing that's like I like the signing of Frimpong. I think Frimpong's going to be an amazing talent for us. I think he's going to be an amazing player for us. I think he's going to open up different avenues on the pitch that we haven't had on the right-hand side for a long time. I think he's going to be extremely attacking and direct on that right-hand side. He can dribble. He can take players on. He can score goals from the right side. You know, he can assist from the right side. He's going to be extremely direct. He's going to take on his fullback. He's going to occupy defenders on that right-hand side. And I think Bradley would do that as well. I think Frimpong and Bradley are very similar kind of players at what they do, that directness. They got pace. They're quick. They're athletic. They got an eye for goal. Remember, Bradley can score a goal as well. Bradley likes getting on the, he can bang a goal in. He's not creative like Trent is. Neither of them are, but they're direct in a different way. Yeah. And I think Frimpong's going to be an excellent bit of business Liverpool have done there in the years to come. You go see it, no doubt. And then, look, we're going to go and get Kirkes by the look of it. And Kirkes is doing his thing at the moment. I will say with Kirkes, though, if I was a Bournemouth fan, I would be extremely pissed off at Kirkes is what he's doing in the public eye. You know, going on, is it Serbian TV with his dad, pretty much just absolutely glossing Liverpool. If I was a Bournemouth fan, I'd be pissed off because I can't be a hypocrite and sit here. Trent did that with Real Madrid, and I can't say, "Oh yeah, go on, Kirk." You know what I mean? I'd be absolutely pissed off if I was a Bournemouth fan, yeah. But he's coming to Liverpool, so I sort of don't care. But do you know what I mean? You would be a bit pissed off. But Kirkes isn't a great left back. He's a fantastic left back, and he's go to. It was a Hungarian TV. Big up, honesty, Hungarian TV. Why did I say Serbian? I don't know. Big up, honesty. And as honesty says here, breaking news: Liverpool on the brink of finalising. Get my teeth in a £40 million bid for Milos Kerkez. Only minor details that iron out before a full agreement, says Alec Cook and Ben Jacobs. There you go. So we're not even going to the 45 million. You know, we're not even going to the 45 million Kerkez. We're paying 40 million. So we're getting a little bit of a deal there. Kerkez, tremendous left back. Goes up and down, you know, pace, athleticism, can dribble. He's strong as well. We've seen that. He's built, he's strong, he's athletic. He can cope with the Premier League and the pace of the Premier League. He played in a very attacking Bournemouth team. You know, let's not sit here and pretend he didn't. You know, Bournemouth didn't play defensive-minded football. They like to play on the ball. They like to play attacking, free-flowing football, you know. So you're getting that kind of left-back coming to Liverpool. We'll go do that even on the higher end. You know, you got Bournemouth doing it, and then you've got the Liverpool way of doing it, which is going to be at the higher end. He's going to walk into that Liverpool team, be beautiful at it. And now that's a great bit of business. Liverpool buying a right back and a left back in the same summer, and then also extending our current right back in Conor Bradley to a contract for another 5 years. Getting that defensive line on them wide areas sorted. We're looking at pace, athleticism, strength, directness, and there's goals and assists from them positions as well. And big up, man. I'm sick with. Big up, man. Big up, man. Big up. I hope you're doing well, man. 12:30 in the morning in India, man. Big up to you, man. I hope you're feeling better, man. 40 million's a bargain at that. There's great talent for Ingp on the other side. Well, yeah, man. It's gonna be a lot of pace, directness, goals, assists, athleticism, strength. You got all that coming in wide areas of the pitch, yeah. I mean, that's Liverpool are already better with just them two signings. We're already better next season than we were with this season with them two signings alone. Yeah. And then Liverpool went massive. Liverpool went, hang on. You know what we're doing now? We're going all out and we're getting Florian Wirtz. We're looking who's the best number 10 in Europe. Who's the best 10s in Europe right now? You've got Musialas, you've got the Cole Palmers, you've got Wirtz, and they look at Florian Wirtz. And like a lot of people, don't let people tell you different, guys. Don't let all the rivals start telling you all this bullshit and retelling stories and all that sort of bollocks, yeah? Florian Wirtz is arguably the best number 10 in Europe right now. Every European team wanted him. Real Madrid wanted him, City wanted him, Bayern Munich wanted him. We know all the teams that wanted him, yeah? The top teams in Europe wanted this guy. He said no to them all, and Liverpool went in there and went, no messing around. What Liverpool did behind the scenes to get this transfer done is, I don't think it's been spoken about enough. You know, Florian Wirtz's family flew to the UK. Everyone thought they flew to the UK to talk to Manchester City because the rumour everyone was going around about was Manchester City are going to get Florian Wirtz to replace Kevin De Bruyne. He's their number one transfer target. We heard about it all summer. Most of the summer, that is what we heard. Florian Wirtz, sorry, not this summer. Last summer even. Even last summer, City fans and City and the media were talking about next year they're going to go and get Florian Wirtz. He's Kevin De Bruyne. Man City have been looking at him for almost 12 months to go and get him in. And they flew the family out to England. Everyone thought it was City they were going to meet, but it weren't. It was Liverpool. It was Liverpool. Liverpool got in there and went, you know, let's chat to him. Arne Slot got onto the phone to him. And as soon as Arne Slot spoke to him, Florian Wirtz fell in love with Liverpool straight away. He wanted whatever Slot said to him. I wish I knew what Arne Slot said to Wirtz on the phone that made him turn down everybody to come to Liverpool. You know what I mean? Whatever he said to him, Slot did something, man. And he went, you know what? No, it's Liverpool. It's Liverpool for me. I want to go to Liverpool. And as soon as Liverpool found out that Florian Wirtz wanted to go for him, he's our guy. We just got to negotiate a fee. And we'll negotiate a fee. Now, obviously, the transfer went on for about 2 or 3 weeks, which I always told everyone, when you're doing a monster transfer like this for an elite level footballer, and that's not pretend here as an elite level footballer. I know people will go pretend he's not, but he is. These sort of transfers take a little bit of time to iron out all the little bits here and there. It takes time. And I know we did shows on it, guys, talking about Wirtz a lot because it was such in the news. And I know some people were getting a bit, I don't know if he's coming now, Jamie. It's all gone very quiet. And I kept telling people, patience, guys. Wirtz will happen. This is it's a massive transfer. It's the biggest transfer in the history of the Liverpool Football Club financially. It's going to take a little bit of time. Don't worry about it. And then done. It's done. He's got his medical this week. He'll pass his medical. And then by Saturday, guys, he's probably going to be a Liverpool player. He's going to wear the T-shirt. You're going to see the transfer. You're going to see his first ever interview on Liverpool TV. His first day at Liverpool TV. You're going to see all that. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to love it, yeah? So Wirtz is in the door. 3 solid players. Almost £200 million spent, yeah? That's a massive summer already for Liverpool. Liverpool's team is already better this season than it was last season. Frimpong, Kirkhead and Wirtz. But Liverpool want a striker. Again, I'll go back to it earlier. Fabrizio, Lewis Steele, Alex Crook, Ben Jacobs, David Ornstein. I can't remember that Italian guy. What's that guy's name? The one who broke the guy. Who's the journalist guy? The one who broke the Wirtz news the other day. That it was all done there. I can't remember his name now. But he's been speaking about it as well. Liverpool want a number 9. And the number 9 that Liverpool want, that Liverpool really like, and the player that they really want is Alexander Isak. And there's been too much now. There's been too much noise. There has to be something about it. There's too much noise. How many times do you hear... How many times do you hear the journalists mentioning the same player constantly as much we're hearing right now? Yeah, that's the one. How many times do we hear it? We hear it constantly. He's coming, he's going to be... Like, if we weren't in for Isak, there'd be no mentions of Isak. None at all. None at all. That's the one, Thomas. There's the one, yeah. They're all saying Liverpool want him. Now, obviously, Newcastle are going to want big money for him. I think Alex Crook said today it's going to be around 150 million quid. I don't think it'll be that much. So I think I've got to hear what Alex Crook said. Let me get some of the things up here that some of the journalists are saying right now about this situation. Let me have a look. So Fabrizio Romano, Alexander Isak has been Liverpool's dream target since day one of this window. That's Fabrizio Romano today. Let me have a look at some more here. Oh, come on, where are you all? Find it all in a minute. Again, Newcastle don't want to sell Isak for cheap. It'll have to be a ballpark figure of 130 to 140 million. Liverpool realistically going to pay that this summer when they just signed Florian Wirtz. Hard to see, but I wouldn't completely rule it out. And that was Lewis Steele yesterday. Again, Lewis Steele basically saying the ballpark figure between 130 and 140 million for Alexander Isak. Are Liverpool realistically going to pay that this summer with the signing of Wirtz? He says it's hard to see, but he wouldn't completely rule it out. Fabrizio Romano, Isak has been Liverpool's dream signing day one of this summer window. It's all there. It's all there. And this is a good point as well. The fact Newcastle haven't shut this down this week, there's definitely discussions between the clubs. I agree. The fact Paul Joyce as well has said it, I believe. Let me just have a look here. I think Paul Joyce put something about Isak today as well, if I can find it. All right, we'll get to that. We'll get to the Kirkers bit in a minute. That's about. We're going to talk about Getafe as well. That FSG are looking to buy. But yeah, Paul Joyce basically saying as well that Liverpool want a striker, and their number one target is Alexander Isak. But it might be difficult because of, how much he costs. Yeah, I think there could be some. It could be some situation now between Isak and Liverpool. I was watching a Football Terraced earlier, and LB and Dan Potts were on it, and like they said as well, there's too much talk at the moment about Isak and Liverpool. You're not hearing anyone else. The thing is, though, I'm not seeing any reports about Isak going anywhere else. I'm not seeing reports of like Arsenal after Isak. Looks like Arsenal are after Sesko still and people like that. I don't see Liverpool. Liverpool seem to be linked with three strikers and three strikers only right now, and that's Isak, Osherman, and Ekitike. They're the three players Liverpool seem to be linked with very heavily. But a lot of news and rumours keeps coming out about Liverpool and Isak. And when there's so much talk, guys, and so much news between all different parts of the media and different journalists here, there, and everywhere, right? That means they've heard something on the grapevine. On a grapevine, they have heard that there must be a situation where Liverpool have maybe asked at a conversation they've heard through agents or something along that marks, or they've just heard that, like Paul Joyce and Fabrizio Romano said, Liverpool's number one transfer target for a striker, and always has been, is Alexander Isak. So they're just putting two and two together and thinking Liverpool will just attack the market and go and get him. It's an interesting one. I think we're definitely getting a striker. The thing is, I remember what Eddie Howe said between the end of last season, yeah? The end of last season, Eddie Howe was doing a press conference for Newcastle. I remember it. The only reason I remember it is because Sky Sports brought it up. It's because what Eddie Howe said. Eddie Howe in his press conference said, I can't give you an answer if Alexander Isak or any other player at Newcastle will be here next season. That is what he said, and that's why it was breaking news and everyone spoke about it and heard it, because he said them words. I can't give you an answer if they're going to be here next season. Which tells me and Newcastle ain't spending. I don't know if anyone's noticed. Newcastle are not active in the transfer market right now. Newcastle are not active on the transfer market right now. They're the richest club. They've got the richest owner in world football. But yet they're not extremely active in the market. The only player I've seen Newcastle actively looking at is João Pedro from Brighton. And let me play dominoes here a minute. Let's play football dominoes a minute. I don't know if anyone was watching Royal Ascot today on the TV, but on Royal Ascot today, Tony Bloom was being interviewed. The Brighton owner, Tony Bloom, was being interviewed at Royal Ascot because he owns that horse that was the favourite that was running this afternoon. I can't remember what the horse's name was, but he owns that horse. That horse was the favourite to go and win at Royal Ascot today. So they're interviewing him. And he said, yeah, I could not give a guarantee. That's what he said. Yeah, that's what he said. He couldn't give a guarantee that it'd stay, which tells you there's something not quite right there. And Tony Bloom today said, when they asked him about the transfer window, he said we might not be able to do too much this summer. We basically need to get some money in, right, to do any business this summer. That's what he said live today. Or I don't know if anyone caught it on Royal Ascot on ITV, I think it was. So Brighton might need to sell João Pedro to spend any money this summer. João Pedro might go to Newcastle for that reason, yeah? Now, I know a lot of people will say, well, he's just going to replace Callum Wilson. I don't think if the money they're spending on João Pedro is going to be a player that's not going to start football games next season, because João Pedro is going to cost them around 65 million quid, yeah, from Brighton. If they're going to spend that 65 million quid on for João Pedro from Brighton, for me, he's going to be more than just a replacement for Callum Wilson, who didn't really play that much football anyway in the last couple of years. He's going to be there to be a starter. So it's going to be hard. So you could, like, all these football dominoes could come into effect, guys. I don't know. It's just an interesting way to look at transfers right now, because it always takes one team to do something over there, another team to do something over there, and then bang, you can get your player. There's always that domino effect in football where things happen. And, you know, Tony Bloom might be bullshitting, you know, he might just be bullshitting, but he literally said we probably ain't going to be doing too much this summer, but we know for a fact that Newcastle want João Pedro, so it might be a fact that Newcastle Brighton need to sell to buy. They're going to sell João Pedro. It's that domino effect. And look, do Newcastle want to sell João Pedro? Do Newcastle want to sell Alexander Isak? Of course they don't. Alexander Isak's their main guy. He's their number one guy. Why the hell would they want to sell Alexander Isak? They know how much worth he's got to the football club and to any other club that comes in for him. Yeah? But the way English football is at the moment, the way PSR is set up in the Premier League, it's not letting teams like Newcastle spend the money they want to spend and keep their main players at the same time. Newcastle would love to keep Alexander Isak, Tonali and all them guys, and then add quality players around it every year. But because the way PSR is at the moment, it's difficult for them to do. And the thing is, Isak's got 3 years on his contract. And this is another one we've got to look at. This is another thing we've got to look at as well. With Isak with 3 years left in his contract, Alexander Isak, don't get this wrong, yeah? Alexander Isak will be looking at the big clubs in Europe, yeah? And I'm not saying Newcastle ain't a big club, but teams like Liverpool, Man United, Liverpool's, you know, Juventus's, Bayern Munich's, Barcelona's, PSG's, they're probably all bigger than Newcastle, European-wise, yeah? Well, they are. And he'll be looking at them teams, and he will know for a fact that a lot of teams are looking for a striker right now. Liverpool are looking for a striker. Chelsea are looking for a striker. PSG at this moment might be not looking for a striker, but if a striker is available at Isak's level, they might be tempted. Real Madrid maybe not tempted for a striker right now, but if they're letting Rodrigo go, they might have room for an Isak to come in. Bayern Munich are going to have to replace Harry Kane probably next season or this season. So there's going to have to be a replacement there eventually. So Alexander Isak knows, with 3 years left on his deal, if he doesn't go this summer, if Alexander Isak doesn't go anywhere this summer, next year he's only got 2 years left on his contract. Yeah? I don't think Newcastle want to be in a position where Alexander Isak has only got 2 years left in his contract. Because that's dangerous for Newcastle. I think there could be a situation where Newcastle, if they can't come up with a contract for Alexander Isak this summer, even if it's just a 1 year extension on top of what he's got left to make it 4 years, it protects him a little bit better. I think it could be a position like a team like Liverpool could take advantage of and go, you know what? Is he signing a new deal? He's got 3 years left in his contract. All the top teams need a number 9. He's one of the top number 9s in world football right now. Is he going to sign a new contract? No, he's not. Right. Do you want that? If he's not going to sign a new contract, are you going to take the gamble in the next 2 years of losing money on Alexander Isak, or do you want to sell Alexander Isak this summer? That's the gamble Newcastle going to have to face. That's the gamble they're going to face because, if big players like this are not looking at signing new contracts, he's a massive tool for Newcastle because financially what he's worth. Now, next year, with 2 years left in his contract, he'd still be worth quite a lot of money, but maybe not as much as he is this summer. So it might be a thing where that's why Liverpool are in, like the media are linking Liverpool to Isak quite a lot this summer. That's why they're probably linking it, because we're not hearing anything on the grapevine about Newcastle and Isak doing a little contract. And I'm not saying a big contract extension for Newcastle for Isak, but Newcastle, I don't know what they can do. Like, Newcastle have been in trouble PSR wise. Was it last summer? And they had to sell players last summer because of PSR issues and couldn't quite get the players they wanted in last summer, which I felt for Newcastle because that shouldn't be the rule. But what can they afford to give him a contract-wise? Can Newcastle afford to give him 300 grand a week and give him a 1 year extension on the 3 years that he's got left? That gives him 4 years. So if Newcastle want to sell him next summer, he'll have 3 years left on his deal and they can still get the same amount of money they would do this summer if they just give him a 1 year extension, but then they got up the wages. Can they afford that? I don't know. I have no idea about Newcastle's financial situation like that. But maybe that's why Liverpool are linked heavily to Alexander Isak. Maybe that's the reason. Now, obviously, if Liverpool can't get Alexander Isak, I'm not going to blame the club. I'm not going to sit here and blame the football club and FSG for not getting Alexander Isak. You know what I mean? When the money they spent this summer. But Liverpool need a striker. And what's that left? What have Liverpool got left if you can't get Alexander Isak? I know there's Julian Alvarez, who's a big dream as well, but I just don't think he's attainable, right? What's left? You got Hugo Ekitike, yeah? Ekitike is the most Isak-like striker probably on the market. But again, what's Isak going to cost to get you? Frankfurt apparently won 100 million euros Ekitike, which is about 80 million quid or whatever it is. Liverpool, if Liverpool go spend 80 million quid on Ekitike, Liverpool would find the 40 million extra to go and buy Isak. They'd literally just find the 40 million pound extra and go and buy Isak. That's why I don't get the Ekitike thing. Unless Liverpool can get Ekitike for 60, 65 million quid, I don't see Liverpool going after Ekitike. Because if Frankfurt are sticking by it and going, you know what, it's 80 million or nothing, Liverpool go look at that and go, right, 80 million for Ekitike. It was still a bit rough around the edges, but there's a player there that could be really good. Or we just put 40 million extra to it and just go and tempt Alexander Isak out of Newcastle, you know? Do you know what I mean? Like, and then there's the other option, and this is the interesting one. The interesting one is Osherman. Osherman is an interesting target for Liverpool Football Club because apparently the rumours going around right now is that Darwin Nunez has said yes to Napoli. Yeah. If he's going for 40 million, then Liverpool are going to lose a bit of money on Darwin. I think Liverpool might have to just bite their top lip and go, you know what? Be up Becky in the chat. Be up my man Ant as well. I'll check out in a minute. Liverpool probably look at it and go, you know what? If we can let Darwin go for a little bit cheaper than we would, we'll take 40 million from Darwin. Osherman has got a release clause, yeah? I think Osherman's release clause is something like 60 million quid. Someone in the chat, you'll let me know that if it's any difference. What is it, guys? Is it like 60 million quid for Osherman's release clause, apparently? Be out, Hennessy, man. Liverpool might be able to talk to Napoli and go, look, we're going to let you have Darwin for a little bit cheaper than we would wanted, yeah? We understand your situation. You want Darwin Nunez as your striker next season. I hear it. All right, Osherman's 63 million, yeah? That's his release clause, right? If that's his release clause, Liverpool might go, can we just go a little bit under the release clause? We'll be happy. We give you Darwin for 40 million, but we'll go 58 million on Osherman, yeah? A little bit under the release clause. You do us a deal, we do you a deal. We take Osherman off your hands. You take Darwin off our hands. You're taking him for a little bit cheaper than we're happy with. We take your player for a little bit cheaper than you're happy with. And we're all good, yeah? And we're all good, right? That could be a thing. That could happen because Napoli also want Chiesa because Antonio Conte loves Chiesa. Conte wants Chiesa at Napoli apparently. So there could be a thing where Chiesa and Darwin both go to Napoli. Yeah, for like I don't know, 50 odd million quid, and Liverpool just take that money and just go and get Oshman from Napoli. Right? Big up Aaron Talks Football in the house. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Go and subscribe to Aaron, man. Great Arsenal fan, man. Keeps it real. You know, keeps it real. If you like people like Dan Potts and Lee Gunner and all that as Arsenal fans, go and subscribe to Aaron as well. Top geezer he is. Top geezer. Go and get Oshman in. Go and do a deal. Look, Oshman at Liverpool would absolutely bang goals. He would bang goals. He's quick. He's athletic. He's got an eye for goal. He'll get us them goals. What everyone's got to remember is that Salah's not going anywhere, yeah? Now you've got Frimpong and Wirtz there. Salah's going to even do less running, just basically stay in the attacking zone where everyone's meant to be, and he's just going to bang, 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 bang. Salah's not going to drop next season, yeah? He's going to have a summer off now. He's relaxing. He's on holiday. He's going to come back fit as a fiddle, and he's going to go again. There's no doubt about that, yeah? So he's going to get you goals. Oshman will get you goals. Diaz will get you goals. Gakpo will get you goals. Wirtz could easily get you 10 or 11 goals this next season as well. You know, McAllister will chip in. You know, Szoboszlai will get you goals. We've got goals all over the team. You add Oshman to it as well. He's got that pace and directness. He'll get you goals as well. The Oshman links are going to be there. If Darwin and Chiesa do go to Napoli this summer, there is a big chance Liverpool go and get Oshman from Napoli. As I said, if you've got Ekitike and you've got Oshman, for me, I'd rather go and get Oshman because he's been there and done it. He's done it at that level. We know what he's about. Ekitike, for me, is going to be a good footballer. As I said, I think Ekitike has got a lot of ability about him. He's got an eye for goal. You know, he's a bit raw still, but there is a player there. But Oshman's polished. Oshman's been there and done it. He's a polished striker, and that's what Liverpool need right now. I don't think Liverpool needs someone to come in and hopefully will be that striker. Get someone who's already polished. So I would actually go and get Oshman for Napoli if the other two leave, honestly. If Darwin and Chiesa both go to Napoli, even if Chiesa's going back to Italy, there's no doubt about it. He's leaving this summer, yeah. Even if Chiesa goes back to Italy and Darwin doesn't go to Napoli and he goes somewhere else, yeah, still use that money and maybe go and get Oshman because Oshman's right there. Oshman is very gettable. I don't think you have a problem getting Oshman at this football club, and I think there's a lot of bullshit in the media about his wages as well. I don't think he wants the wages everyone thinks he does. Yeah. I don't think the wage problem will be a massive issue. Look, we'll talk about the Wirtz stuff in a minute. You know, Wirtz gets goals. Like, Wirtz's contract's not what everyone thought it was either. So, if I'm looking at Oshman, man, go and get him. Because if you can't get Alexander Isak, who I want, because I think Alexander Isak, Luis Diaz, Mo Salah and Wirtz is as good as attacking unit in Europe. It'd be up them, PSG, Real Madrid. It's probably the best attacking four in Europe. Then you'll go and win everything. I think if you want to go under that right now, if you want to get a polished striker, then yeah, go and get Oshman. Forgot my words then. 180, 200 grand a week for Oshman? Yeah, exactly. I think Oshman's on 170 grand a week right now at Napoli. You know, I don't think, I think you get Oshman in for all right, man. I think he's a player we have to look out for. I think the Oshman links we have to, because Oshman's not being linked with anyone else. I think Arsenal Football Club should go and buy Oshman. I don't know if Aaron's still in the chat, but Arsenal Football Club, I'll go and buy Oshman. I won't be worrying about Sesko. Yeah, go and get Oshman, man. I know the other player's Gyökeres, yeah? Do you know the weird thing about Gyökeres? I wouldn't touch Gyökeres with a barge pole right now because I don't trust Sporting Lisbon. Sporting Lisbon are fucking up his transfer. So apparently, Gyökeres' release clause from Sporting Lisbon is 100 million euros, yeah? But apparently they got this gentleman handshake. They got this gentleman handshake where apparently Gyökeres can leave for around 60 million quid, yeah? 65 million quid, right? And now Sporting Lisbon are fucking them around on that. So Arsenal want Gyökeres, but now apparently Sporting Lisbon are going, it's going to cost you 70, 75 to 80 now. So they're changing. So I wouldn't be dealing with Sporting Lisbon right now. No, I'd leave the Gyökeres thing alone. I think there's a reason Gyökeres has not moved before. He's been banging goals. Out of all the strikers, his goal return's the highest, yeah? But no one's touching him. Apparently, no one's touching him. And I think it's got to do with Sporting Lisbon more than the footballer because they're just fucking him around. They're just fucking him around. Really are. I think the three strikers Liverpool go for. I think the three strikers Liverpool go for are Isak, Oshman, and Ekitike. It'll be one of them three. And I'm happy with any one of them three, by the way. I really am. You got Isak and Oshman are the two polished strikers, and you've got Ekitike, who's a little bit raw, but he's got a lot of great fundamentals where you look at him. And this is the thing with Liverpool, what we must remember, yeah? Salah's going to score shitloads of goals. If Luis Diaz stays at Liverpool, he's still going to get double figures. Cody Gakpo's going to get double figures. Florian Wirtz is probably going to try and get towards double figures for goals. So that's what he does. Szoboszlai will still get the goals here and there. McAllister will get goals here and there, yeah? Frimpong scores goals from a right-back position, yeah? Goals are coming to the club. So even if Ekitike is the one that comes in, we don't have to rely on him straight away to go and bang 20 goals a season because we've got so much talent around him that bangs goals. He can fit in and still do a great job. Isak takes you to another level, yeah? Takes you to another level. It's got to be one of them three. For me, it's one of them three, man. It's one of them three. I just don't see who. who Liverpool will go for as another striker. They want a polished striker. Ekatike is the one. If you want to look at Ekatike and Isak and look at mirror them up, Isak and Ekatike like this, you look at their stats, their physicalities, how good they are, and all that. They're very similar. So, yeah, at this moment in time, I think Liverpool are going to push for Isak, personally. And then plan B, if you can't get Isak, I think plan B will be Ekatike or Osherman. And like my man Ant in the chat has said, Osherman's turned down Saudi. He wants to stay in Europe. He wants to stay in Europe. He's a polished, ready-to-go striker that a lot of top teams could go and get and really use, but no one's sort of doing it yet. Why is no one going for Osherman? Why is everyone turned off on the Osherman deal? I'd have Osherman in a heartbeat. I think Osherman would do extremely well at Liverpool. He's got good link up, he's got good pace. Do you remember Osherman and Kvaratskhelia when they were at Napoli together? Their link up play was excellent. Think of that with Wirtz, Diaz, and Salah. Osherman loves linking up with the wide player. He loves it. He loves linking up with the wide player. And when you've got wide players of the calibre of like a Diaz, a Gakpo, and a Luis Diaz, and maybe a Wirtz who can drift out in them wide areas, you're looking at good link up there. So I'm not against the Osherman deal, but my whole thing is Isak. If Liverpool can get Isak, Liverpool are title favourites next season straight away, in my opinion. Title favourites straight away. Just puts us on another. It just puts us on a different level to everyone else in the Premier League, apart from maybe Manchester City as an attacking team. I think we step away from Arsenal. I don't know what Arsenal could do in the transfer window that would beat what. If Liverpool got Wirtz and Isak, there's nothing anyone else in the transfer window this summer, none any other team can do. I mean, Arsenal, I like Arsenal. They're a good side, yeah? If Arsenal's main striker is Sesko and Havertz, yeah, and Liverpool have got Isak and Salah, it's just, it keeps us above them. It keeps everyone above them. And that is KT. The only concern maybe is obviously AFCON. AFCON's a major concern if you do get Osherman, because Salah will be away and Osherman will be away. So that's a major concern now. I don't know. That's the only worry on the Osherman stuff, having two of your strikers away for AFCON. But I'm always in, man. Let's just do it. Let's see Liverpool cook this summer. Let's just see Liverpool go, you know what, fuck it, we're getting Isak. We're just going Isak in, man. We're just going Isak in. So breaking news. Liverpool is set to finalise the deal for Milos Kerkez next week. Understand the fee is £40 million. Formulation to follow with only small details outstanding. That comes from Ben Jacobs, I do believe, and Alex Crook as well has also had his say on that. Let me have a look what else there is here. Liverpool remain in the market for another forward, and Alexander Isak is considered a dream target. That's according to Alex Crook. Alex Crook has got a lot of... I've spoken to Alex Crook a few times. He knows what he's talking about. Yeah, so Alex Crook again. Liverpool set to finalise a deal for Milos Kerkez next week. Understand the fee is 40 million. So 40 million. We were told it was going to be 45 million quid. Fab has just retweeted it as well. That's job done, man. That's job done. Hughes has taken the credit cards and is going into his overdraft. Now we got... Do you know what, guys? Maybe we just got to give Richard Hughes a bit of a W here this summer. Obviously, Richard Hughes got a lot of slack, a lot of people going at him last season, and as I kept telling everyone last season, he only got here in the summer. Like, Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, and Arne Slot all arrived in the same summer. And we know the way Liverpool work. Liverpool like to work in a way where we got a whole new coaching staff, new physios, new doctors, new manager, new sporting director, new CEO, new everything in the club last summer. I would have been shocked if Liverpool had this massive transfer window last summer. Then they were left with a situation where they had to sign Virgil up, Trent up, and Salah up to new contracts. Yeah. So eventually, and Liverpool, if you go back to last season, yeah, if you all go back to last season and listen to Liverpool what they were saying, they constantly kept saying they weren't worried about Salah and Virgil van Dijk and always believed their contracts would be sorted out, no problem. Yeah. They always said it last year, but we never wanted to listen because we was worried because we're like, we're going to lose our three best players. Fuck shit, what we going to do? Fuck Richard Hughes and all that. But we just had to listen, and then he signed them up. Mo Salah's on 400 grand a week. Virgil van Dijk's on 350 grand a week. Richard Hughes broke our wage structure in bits straight away. And then he went, right, I ain't finished there. I'm getting on with work now. Let's go and get Frimpong done. Conor Bradley, new contract. We're getting Kirkes done for 40 million quid. Yeah, it was meant to be 45 million pounds. Got him for 40 million quid. Wirtz, this is one thing that no one will talk about. He got Wirtz for 100 million pounds. All the rivals and the media keep saying 150 million. It's not. It's 100 million quid. It's only if Liverpool was successful that you put all the add-ons on. But right now, as of today, Liverpool spent 100 million pound on Wirtz, 30 million pound on Frimpong, and 40 million pound on Kirkes. Yeah. Somehow, he let Trent, who's a free transfer, walk out the door. Yeah. He let Trent walk out the door for free, but also got 10 million quid for him. And do you know what that 10 million quid covered? Do you know what Trent's 10 million quid covered? It covered the first year of Jeremy Frimpong. So Frimpong is 10 million a year that we're paying for him, yeah? First year's covered by Trent leaving. So Frimpong for this coming season, guys, is basically a free transfer. It's great business. It's great business. Big up Sam X Legend. Hope you're doing well, man. You know, it's tremendous business, and you got to give Richard Hughes all his credit, man. You got to give him his credit. If he somehow gets Isak, just give him a knighthood. I'm joking. If Richard Hughes somehow goes and gets Alexander Isak with Wirtz, Frimpong, and Kirkes, and he kept Salah, and he kept Virgil, give him a knighthood. We call him Sir Richard from there on. Just knight him. Give him a knighthood, man. I now knight you, King of the Realm, Sir Richard Hughes. That's what we do, yeah? That's what we do around here, yeah? That's what we do. Yeah, my sporting director, man. And this is what clubs need. That's why I always say Liverpool, when they're at their best, are the best run club in football. When Liverpool are at their best, they're the best run club in football, man. Yeah, smash the lights, guys. Smash the lights, man. Sir Richard Hughes. Oh, Edwards and Hughes are cooking. They are, man. John Henry's seen our parade and said, I want this again on the bus parade. Yeah, exactly. John W. sitting there going, hang on. These parades are no fun, ain't they? These parades are no fun. Our owner was on the parade bus getting absolutely pissed up, yeah? Enjoying the life, right? And it's like, he probably finished that parade. He went back to his hotel wearing that wife. He got on top of Linda, gave Linda, give her a good seeing to, yeah? Sat there with a cigar after and it's like, you know what, Linda? I've got to do that again next season. I've got to do that again next season, darling. I've got to do that again next season. That was too good. That party was too good. You know, right, let's go back to back. It's back to back settings. No lube. No lube. Back to back. Let's do it. Let's do it. Big up deluded Steve in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get it done, man. Get it done. Big up, man. Big up. Sir Jamie. Great businessman. I haven't got them videos. I've got to get all them videos over, man. I've really got to get them videos, man. Oh, yeah, this is hilarious. And the Red Sox just traded away their best player for peanuts. You know what I'm saying? That's apparently Red Sox apparently just traded their best player away as well. And then we're just going and doing this. They must hate us. He was like, no, them parades are too good, man. Them parades are too good. Got pissed up, you know, 1.5 million people at a parade, that dancing, enjoying themselves, smoke everywhere. Oh, the vibes. The vibes. It's like, I've got to do this again. Got to do this again. But next season, we've got to do our parade with 21 and 7. Yeah, that's what I want next season. I'm being greedy. I'm a greedy bastard, guys. Look at me. You know, you can tell. Yeah, there we go. Oh, fuck knows what just happened there. They heard that I wanted 21 and 7 and they killed me on the internet. They hacked me. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, my Ethernet cable came out the back of my computer. I do apologise. I do apologise. You should be okay now, yeah. Oh, I accidentally had my foot on my Ethernet cable and I pulled it out of the computer. And I don't have Wi-Fi on my computer. I only have the internet cable. So, yeah, that was me. That was me. bring back StreamYard, man. I literally got too excited, guys, with the 21-7, and I accidentally pulled my internet cable out. It's my fault. And now I'm sweating to death. Woo. Computer said no. Oh, we're back. Do apologise, guys. Do apologise. And now I've moved my monitor around. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, it's a nightmare. I think. Oh, James got excited talking about Linda. Oh, no. Computer said no. Computer definitely said no. It was my fault. I pulled my cable out. It was just all me. I was like, what happened? Where's my internet gone? Oh, dear. I want all 4 trophies on the parade bus, Jay. We sign Isak. Yeah, I mean, that's just mad. That's just mad. N90 says, I do call-in shows. Yeah, man. Yeah. What I'll have to do, I'll do a call-in show. I might actually do a call-in show Friday. I don't think Coppish are doing a call-in show this Friday. I'll ask Cal and Drift and Matt what they're doing this Friday. If Coppish are not doing one this Friday, I could do a call-in show Friday night if everyone's up for that. Is everyone up for that? Call-in show Friday night? If you guys want a call-in show Friday night, put ones in the chat. If you want a call-in show on a Friday night, put a 1 in the chat, man. Because it's good having you guys coming on and yeah, it'd be good. I'd enjoy that. Imagine we win the treble, man. Jay, seen Endo news, surprised he's not met. Oh, yes. I was leaving Endo back till last. And I was leaving Endo till last. My Endo. The man I have backed since day one. I backed him since day one on here. Endo. He don't want to go anywhere. In fact, he told everyone to F off. I'm staying, man. My Japanese warrior. You know what I'm saying? My Japanese warrior. So let me just get what Endo actually said. Where is it? Right, Endo said, retire Endo in the future. He says, I'm staying. I have a contract. It's up to me to make the final decision. Basically, I'm staying. You know what I'm saying? N90, man. Yeah, come on to the call-in show on Friday, man. And we'll talk. Okay, so we should be good this Friday. To rock and roll on it, yeah? Retiring in the future, I'm staying, man. Yeah, he's my guy, man. As I keep saying, Endo is the best closer in football. Name me a better closer in football than Endo. I'll wait. When Endo's coming onto the pitch, it's game over. You can relax. Who actually chills out and starts relaxing when Endo comes on? I do. As soon as I see Wataru Endo come onto the pitch, I'm like, it's over. I'm done. I'm good. This is wicked. It's over. I can relax and chill out a little bit. Yeah. I know the game's done. I know it's boss, man. Wataru's the man. Big up Solo, man. Yeah, it just so you got to have players like Endo in your squad. I don't think people always understand that. You need to have players like Endo in your squad, man. You need players like Endo's in the squad. Have you noticed that the only club twice that has been linked doing a quad is us? We did a treble, but that's not accepted. But can do a quad? Why not? Yeah, look, the quad's the hardest thing to do in football for me, man. It is the hardest thing in football to do. Quickly before we leave here and wrap this up, Robbo, man. So it looks like Robbo might not be off. You know, apparently, according to Fabrizio today, it's going to be up to Robbo what he decides what he wants to do. I think Paul Joyce said something today as well with Kirkes definitely coming in now. We know it looks like Liverpool are putting a £40 million bid that's been accepted. I expect that to be heard by the end of the week. And it might be a Wirtz and Kirkes double. Who knows? By the Saturday. But Kirkes coming in, who's going to be playing left back next season. There's no doubt about that, man. He's going to be playing left back next season. Robbo's now 31 years of age. I love Robbo, man. Always have, always will. It's one of my favourite ever left backs for Liverpool. He gave it all. Great player. But he's obviously not got the legs he used to, and he's not the player he used to be, yeah? So Robbo has got to really think about what he wants to do with his career now. Does he want to be second choice to Kirkes? I don't think he probably does. If he wants to leave, he wants to leave. I don't mind him going. Go if he wants to go. I've heard people talking about the Trent situation. Is there any difference with Robbo leaving as it was with Trent leaving and stuff like that? I don't think it is, because Trent engineered his move for 2 years. We all know that for a fact now. And with Robbo, look, players leave football clubs, man. Players leave football clubs. So if Robbo wants to leave, Robbo's done us a good service and he wants to leave, go, right? But I always no one's saying that Kelleher, why have we not got on top of Kelleher? Kelleher wanted to leave as soon as he heard Mamardashvili was coming to the football club, because he wanted to play first choice. He didn't want to be second fiddle no more. He's been second fiddle to Addison. Didn't want to be second fiddle to him no more. Heard Mamardashvili's coming to the football club. And you know what? I've got to leave because I can't play second fiddle. Robbo has been number one left back for Liverpool now for 7 years. He just feels like now he probably doesn't want to play second fiddle after being number one left back for 7 years, and probably feels like he wants to move on. Same as Kelleher. No one has to go at Kelleher for leaving. So I'm not having to go at Robbo, man. If Robbo wants to leave, I don't mind. A lot of Liverpool fans think it's the right time for Robbo to leave. In my opinion, it probably is. Although I do worry if we got too many young fullbacks at our club next season. You might need a little bit of experience in there, an older head, just to keep everything calm. But if he wants to go, I'm not. It's time, man. It's time. But it's going to be interesting what Robbo wants to do. If Robbo feels like, you know what, I want to stay at Liverpool. I want to fight for my position. Kirkes is going to be number one left back. Okay. I'll still go play. I'll still get my game. So when I get in, I'm going to keep him out. So Robbo's got a lot to think about. Also, as a Scotland captain, you got things coming up, international games coming up and stuff like that. He probably wants to make sure he's still playing as well and keeping fit and keeping active. So it's a big summer for Robbo. If Robbo goes, he goes. If he stays, I'll be still happy, because that left back depth. Kirkes is your number one choice. Robbo is your number two left back. There ain't much better than that around, is there? You can rely on Robbo for games still. It'd just be weird to me if Robbo's the one who leaves and Tsimikas stays. Just don't sit right with me. I don't know about you guys in the chat. That just don't sit right with me. Tsimikas staying and Robbo leaving. The fact of the matter is, Robbo was still better as Tsimikas this season, and Slot preferred playing Robbo over Tsimikas. So what minutes is Tsimikas going to get next season if Tsimikas stays? So I don't know. And as Malcolm says, Robbo's on about 150, 160 grand a week, which is a lot of money for a backup left back when you're not going to play that much either. So it could be good for both to part ways this summer. Be an interesting take. But yeah, I've got love for Robbo, man. He's been a great servant to our football club. He's been Liverpool's best left back probably in the Premier League era, in my opinion. I think he's been superstar. Been a fantastic player. It was only a few years ago we were calling Robbo the best bloody the best left back in Europe. Not too long ago, guys. Just remember that. That's how good Robbo was. So if Robbo wants to leave, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. If he stays, I'm not going to lose sleep over it either. You know what I mean? It's one of them. It's one of them with Robbo. But I'm sure we're going to hear more news about that as the summer goes on. Like we're going to hear more news about who our bloody striker's going to be next season. Is it going to be Isak? Is it going to be Osherman? Is it going to be Ekatike? Who's it going to be? We're going to keep going with these news and rumours all summer, guys. It's definitely enjoyable, no doubt about it. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Because, I want to leave you guys waiting for more, yeah? So I'm going to be back tomorrow. We'll probably talk about this Getafe stuff, that's been breaking today. The FSG look like they could be buying Getafe as their second team. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow, guys, yeah? We'll leave that for tomorrow. I don't want to talk too much today. And it's bloody hot as well, sitting in front of these lights, I ain't going to lie. Yeah, but big up the chat, man. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're hitting the share. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe. And all that beautiful stuff. And, when you are subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell because that lets you know when I go live. Because sometimes YouTube don't like telling people when you're live. I don't know why. It's bastards. But, yeah, make sure you're doing all that stuff. And tomorrow night, Thursday night, don't forget on Thursday night on Big Up, it will be Vibes with Coppish. So make sure you're joining me, Cal, hopefully Matt and Drifty on Thursday night on my Big Up channel where we're doing Vibes with Coppish right after the is it the Porto game on Thursday? I think that's the 8 o'clock kickoff. Yeah, big up promo. Big up my man promo in the chat as well as always. Big up Double A as well. Big up Solo as well. Big up Luke. Big up Nick. Big up all you guys. Guys, I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Whatever it is you're doing. Big up N90 as well. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow for a little bit more transfer news. Much love to